Hey everybody, so hope all is well. Let's talk about SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. I told people the day it went down, it was announced, was it Thursday? I said, oh, this is going to be Lehman Brothers number 2. And in case someone maybe has been busy, SVB is where basically bad management, the assets were not truly at the correct valuation. People made a run on the bank. Stock went down 60%. I did some shorts, made a little change. It was basically an options dream for a put, a shorter's dream. A lot of people became rich shorting that stock. It was down $78 pre-market. Then it went all the way down from close to $200 down to like $39. I mean, a dream. Unbelievable. Based on the numbers that I saw when it was reported on Thursday morning. So this article says Silicon Valley Bank was more than just a lender to the Bay Area, and its demise means a world of hurt for everyone from tech to wine. Let's talk about that. I think the next CPI number is going to be it's going to be bad. I think not just bad. I think it's going to be super bad. Consumer Price Index, the unemployment numbers. I think those are just going to pretty much be super bad as well for the next meeting. So this little 25, 50 BPS, you might have to, we might be looking to get what they want might be 75. And I know that's really brutal. Hell, 100 is terrifying. As I told people, I said, this is going to be Lehman Brothers number 2. The CEO, is this Becker? Yes, Greg Becker. He pulled, from what I understand, the same thing as you would expect, calling everybody and their grandmother, making all these calls. All these calls they said he called. I was like, you're not going to raise this kind of money. No one's going to come in and save this bank. This is Lehman Brothers number 2. My friend said, oh, no, I said it is. Then you had Ackerman, oh my gosh, saying the government should save the bank. H to the no. No. The government should save the bank? No. The government shut it down. The government should not have saved that bank with billions of dollars of taxpayers' money. We shouldn't have to pay for it. Because don't forget, these same folks that's running the show, they're sitting up in multiple homes. They're sitting up, they've got yachts. Do you have one? Do I have one? We shouldn't pay for it. So the government shut that down, did the right thing. The government should not have bailed them out. The hurt is already there. The ones in charge, when regular people, and here's why I say this, people say, oh, well, you say that. Listen, when regular people, taxpayers, when you mess up on your job or whatever, you get fired, you just get fired, unemployment check. No one's going to bail you out. And most people are not sitting up with multiple homes, getting paid $1 million plus salary and all these major stock options and on yachts. So no, big boys, you're going to have to take that L. And as I told my friend, I'm like, man, someone that said the valuation is not correct. I'm like, man, one sentence comes to mind and everybody laughs. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. Somebody might be going to jail. I don't know who. I'm just saying how we get here. So then people made a run on the bank. And that also caused other banking sectors to be affected. Oh, yeah. Moves are being made now. Hate to tell you, a lot of people on Wall Street selling. Oh, big time. They may tell you something, and that's going to be the next video. Hilarious. Oh, advising, saying, oh, these are, a good time to try to find good deals. And the same one talking is up there selling and got called out on Squawk Box. Loved it. But back to this here. So this here, him calling around, I say, it's just like Lehman Brothers. You might as well go get your box and pack it up. I told my friend, I said, this is Lehman Brothers number 2. It's done. And as we know, the government has shut it down. Now, there have been small businesses. Small businesses. Do you understand when a bank is shut down? That's the part that just blew my mind completely. That's just like you got your money in the bank and the money's gone. Oh, let's not forget, people. 97% of the money was not FDIC insured. I'm sorry, no, 93. Let me get it right. 93% of the money of those deposits, 93% was not insured FDIC. And they had one guy was telling people, one of the big rollers, and I said, oh my gosh, he was so honest. He was telling people, go get your money, bank run, go get your money. And then you have people saying, well, there's need to make a bank run on this bank. Rich folk moving fast. Again, 93% was not FDIC insured. And let's not forget, this is really major. The FDIC only insures up to $250,000, right? Right. Uh-huh. Well, if you've got $3 million or $10 million in your bank, don't forget, 93% of the money was not insured by the FDIC. But even if you had $3 or $10 million in the bank, and a lot of this money was startup, $3 or $10 million in the bank, and if you're part of the 7% that was insured, you're only going to get $250K. But I had 10 million. I had 3 million. You were a millionaire on Wednesday or Thursday. You sure as heck wasn't on Friday. So 93% startups, all that money, it's done. It's gone. I don't care what your bank balance says. It's gone. So what's the effect? Now you've got people had their payroll in that bank. I'm hearing reports that they're even trying to ask people for donations so they can make payroll. Are you kidding me? Never in my life. Oh, and don't forget, it's getting ugly. That's why I exited. I didn't sell my stock. I'm just going to hold that because I see that for the future. But I always had a plan. With this economy, it's about to get really real. And I was like, I don't want to sell my stock. I've got stock. I put in $14K in one position 2 years ago. It's worth $2,400. Kid you not. Is that bad? And that stock is what I'm going to show you next. It's Roku. So keep in mind, a lot of people had their payroll. Oh, hold on. So aside from the startups, a lot of companies that are publicly traded had their money in that darn bank. You want to bet? Here you go. I paid $90 a share for Roku. It's worth what? Now it's trading at what? 14 a share? What happened? A lot of publicly traded companies had their money in that bank. Roku did. Roku held nearly $500 million at Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, and does not know if it will recover the funds. You think? Roku, again, 93% of the deposits were not FDIC. They weren't insured. 93%. And even if you're part of the 7% that was insured by the FDIC, guess what? Out of 500 million, it only insures up to $250K. The money is bye-bye. You don't know if you're going to recover the funds. What? The bank is shut down. If it's not insured, you're not, in my opinion, how are you going to recover the funds? And even if it is FDIC, it's only up to $250K. This is going to pretty much, we're getting ready to jumpstart. People were making runs on the bank, you think? Schwab was down 10%. JP Morgan was down. People getting scared. Because, see, you do know the government, they can say, and I've read information on this here as well, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. If you can't get your money out, then I told my friend, I said, I doubt the government will do that, because if that's the case, it's going to cause panic worldwide, and people will start grabbing all their money out. There's going to be rioting. It's going to be crazy. And then they will never trust the bank again. I can't see that happening. If they want to do that, then guess what? The banking industry is toast. Get ready for the chaos to begin. There are small businesses who had their money in that bank, can't make payroll. Who do you think is going to keep people pretty much check the check anyway? So who do you, even people making six figures, check the check. So who do you think is going to keep on coming to work and not get paid? Once the check stop, the work is going to drop. So what's going to happen? My friend was like, well, they can see if they can secure. I'm like, banks are not going to be handing out loans like this. So they see what time it is. They see what time it is. So small businesses, large businesses, startups. If the startup is not funding, what's going to happen? They can't continue. So even potential wealth is being wiped out by this. Potential wealth. Bill, what do you think a startup is? Uber, Lyft, they started someplace, you think? I guess they can go and get a job now. Small businesses have the money there to get it out. It's just like you. Oh, maybe you did you some investment. I'm gonna go ahead and put some money in my account. So imagine you took some money out of your brokerage account. Let's just say, oh, you took out 10,000, 5,000. I don't care if it was $2 or $3, $50,000, and you put in SVB, and that's your checking account. Baby, your money's gone. The bank is closed down. That's why when that guy was telling people, make a run on the bank, get your money out the bank. Now you see why. And you had people on Squawk Box, different channels on Fox. Let me just say Squawk Box, I shouldn't say. But you had people I saw on different outlets on Fox saying, no need for the run on the bank. I understand that. But listen, panic is going to start. People don't know. Sure, it only happened at SVB. All people hear is bank. And people know, hey, that can happen. They can say you can't get your money out. And then what? So Roku, $500 million. You don't know if you're going to recover the funds. I think you do know. Ask me, I can tell you no. Unless you weren't sure, you get $250K. It's, again, Lehman Brothers #2. A friend of mine, so stop and think. If this happens to small businesses, let alone individuals, you got all your money in that bank. There's no money to get. Ergo, make a run on the bank. Because if you haven't gotten the money now, but before they shut it down, it's over. Ain't no miracles gonna happen. Why you think those people that had major money, that when I saw $7, $8 down, I said, oh my goodness, that's a perfect short. Money, they were moving quick. If you hadn't gotten it out by Thursday, I don't know what to tell you. Well, you can figure it out. So ergo, startups got to start over or abandon the idea. Ergo, this is going to have some businesses, big and small, not being able to operate. Now, Roku, they have their money spread out. Just five, and the actual number was $487 million was in that bank. They have their money spread out in different banks. He said Roku held approximately $487 million of its $1.9 billion in cash at Silicon Valley Bank, which collapsed Friday and was taken over by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. The streaming technology company disclosed in an SEC filing. That's approximately 26% of the company's cash and cash equivalents, Roku said, adding that most of its deposits with the bank uninsured. Told you. Quote, the company's deposits with SVB are largely uninsured, Roku said, end quote. At this time, the company does not know to what extent the company will be able to recover its cash on deposit at SVB. I think you do know. Let's not play games here. It's like, I mean, I understand for the sake of the article. Keep hope alive. Good luck with that. So what do you think is going to happen to the small business owners? What's going to happen to the individuals? I can't imagine. You don't have my money. Say what? Oh, I had to turn this video off. You what? You don't have my money? What about everyday people working direct deposits? This I had the paychecks put in there a week or so ago. What about those people? Your debit card is not going to work. Now, Roku, they got 1.9, but I mean, $487 million. They've got 1.9 billion, but stop and think again for every people. What about people that are like, accountants? Law, what about your 529 plan for if you got kids? Woo! What about lawyers? What if somebody just had a PI case, a bodily injury, and I got my check, $50,000 or $100,000, and you put it in that bank, didn't even get to spend it. The bank is closed. You better be part of that 7%. Again, 93% of the money was not insured. What about, they got a business now, they're telling people, they're selling everything, they bank with this bank, and they're telling people, they're selling everything at 40%. Why? Because they cannot it's a store, they cannot make payroll. So if the man is selling everything at 40% now, the money in their business account, whether operating or premium trust, the money is gone. You didn't make a bank run. It's gone. It's over. And if they're working, they don't have time to always watch the financial news. He's selling everything at 40%, the entire store. What does that tell you? That man ready to go out of business, more than likely. Just not saying it. Having to sell 40%. Because all the money for payroll, all their cash deposit was in that bank. It's a store. So that sounds like to me, first in my mind, he hasn't told those workers. He probably liquidated. He's going to probably try to they may be able to pay their checks, maybe not. He's selling at 40%. Oh, yeah, I think the man wants out. He doesn't see any other way out. Life savings in that bank. So imagine the startups got to start over. Mom and pop, small businesses, individuals ready to pay your bills, and you can't. If you didn't get your money out, hello. Why do you think people were making bank runs? Didn't get your money out, you stuck out. Unless you're part of that with the FDIC. And Roku's money was not insured. Oh, and I heard that these people there, that they're so very arrogant and all that. I've heard how they operate. Very arrogant there at the bank. Oh, yes, snobbish. That's what I've heard. Now look. Wow. So this is going to exacerbate things. You're going to look to have more unemployment. You think? Publicly traded companies have the money in that banking. Roku is one. Imagine a small guy. It's going to be a hell of a lot of write-downs for next year. Imagine a small guy. A small business. So this here, it is major. They got sand and wineries on trouble. Tech is scrambling. So Jerome Powell, your 50 basis point. Listen, they're saying it's too much money out there, too much cash. Don't worry. This right here is taking some of it down. This right here is taking a whole lot of it down. Unbelievable. Was it 7? First it was 2 billion, I believe. Then 7. Crazy number. And since this happened, again, if the banking industry collapsed, the whole thing is going to collapse. From tech to wine. Oh yeah, wine industry got their money. So this is what we're looking at, people. If you didn't get your money out, I don't care. But I had in $5 million, and even if you were insured, your $5 million, they're gonna hand you a check for $250 cash. Boop, and buy $250K cash. That's it. If you were insured. If not, your $5 million, whatever money you have, that's all you got. That's why I said Lehman Brothers #2. Listen to this. I'm not going to read the whole thing to save time. I'll say, conceived over a poker game between two of its founders nearly 40 years ago, the firm grew into the single most critical financial institution for the nascent tech scene, serving half of all venture-backed companies in the U.S. and 44% of the venture-backed technology and healthcare companies that went public last year. Wow. And its offerings were vast, ranging from standard checking accounts. So that's you and me. Standard checking accounts. Didn't get the money out. Bank is closed. I don't know what to tell you. Ranging from standard checking accounts to VC investment. Oh, venture capitalists. Hello, the millions and millions and millions, maybe billion. To loans and currency risk management. My friend said, well, if someone's got a car note, I'm like, well, listen, because you have a car note, trust me, they'll just sell that paper. You're not walking away with a free car. They're not going to go, oh, you know what? We're going to forget the debt. Oh, no. They'll sell that paper to somebody else, a whole new bank. Let's just hope the terms remain the same. I'm not familiar as to how that would operate. But yeah, that paper, they're going to sell a paper like they'll sell a whole batch of back mortgages. That paper I would anticipate, be sold to a different bank. So you're not going to say, oh, it's closed. Got me a free car. Yeah, not. It says the bank says on its own website, quote, there are many ways to describe us. Bank is just one. How about failure? It says, as the world starts to assess the fallout of the biggest bank collapse since the 2008 financial crisis, here are the various ways the Bank of Silicon Valley stretched its tentacles around the tech industry and beyond. So banker, investor, investor advisor, man. Oh, wow. Venture capitalist. Look at this. It says the company's venture capital and credit investment arm has directly invested in several fund managers, portfolio companies, oh my God, for more than 20 years. The firms that have benefited from its money include Sequoia Capital, Excel, Kleiner Perkins, Ribbit Capital, Spark Capital, and Greylock. So if your money is with those firms, I pray it's not. Again, this is really major, and we're going to see the effects of it. Wow, look at this. The bank's global fund loan banking book was comprised of 56% of loans to venture capitalists and private equity firms as of the end of last year. How that will affect the VC firms themselves is unclear. Let's see. Venture capitalists, they manage hedge funds, millions and billions of dollars. That's why I told my friend, he was like, what do you think? And I remember, it's too funny. Everybody laughed. Got my little drink. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. I'm like, that's the first thing that hit my mind. That's the first thing that hits my mind. Wow. Look at this. They were holding people's portfolios. Wealth manager. In addition to being a leader for startups, SVB also took care of their executives providing private banking and wealth management services, including financial and tax planning and home equity lines of credit. A financial advisor, a networker. A winery backer. A foreign exchange risk hedger. Well, in the words of Luther Vandross, it's over now, and this is like so major. Lives have just been ruined financially. Again, if you had $5 million in that bank, well, I had $800,000. Was it insured? No. Then did you get the money out? Then you don't have $800,000. So whatever money you left in that bank, it's gone. The trickle-down effect. Again, Roku, one company. Roku is just one company. Imagine the mama small and pop. Like I said, that man that said his store was on sale 40% off. I'm willing to bet you he's going to go ahead and just shut it down. The money is gone. That's like having your business account and maybe you use that card on Friday. Good for you. If it's with that bank, the money is gone. The money is gone. So a lot of people are waking up today. Lives turned upside down. Businesses, hard work, dreams turned upside down. And there's no quick fix. Lives turn. Can you imagine? I hope people don't do something drastic. I'm sure some will, that kind of money, but the money is just gone. So look at your mortgage account. Oh, look at her. Look at little Sally. Oh, look at little girl. Look, Kiki got 175K. Imagine it's gone. That's what this is. So now we're going to have more people. They keep saying there's too much money. They're making accounts. Well, this right here, don't have to worry about that anymore. Venture capitalist. The money is gone. Startups. Regular checking accounts. SVB. So yeah, there's going to be fallout. There are going to be more business closures. You're going to have more people unemployment. And I'm sad to say you're going to have more probably repossessions. And also, for the housing industry, you're going to have, because those people, if they can't pay, that's their money. It's just gone. Then how will they pay the house note? Heaven forbid you're sick. Think, what if somebody's on vacation out the country on a cruise? And come back here. Hey, what's going on? You didn't see the news on the cruise? It's over. So I think this is going to, in my opinion, I think this is going to fast track the recession. I do. I think this is going to fast track it. Oh, yeah. It's a domino effect, people. You think we had a sell-off? I mean, a bigger one. Big money been selling. Oh, big money been selling this week. Uh-huh. So this here, it's a domino effect. Many life has just been ruined. It is a domino effect. Personalized, business, everything. It's all intertwined. Look at all the people affected. So hence the bank run, yeah. 93% of the money was not insured by the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. It wasn't insured. 93%. And again, Roku, their money, what did the article say? Adding that most of its deposits with the bank are uninsured. So I think now we're going to have more companies that are going to be laying off, just shutting down, more mom and pop, more small businesses. They're the ones who basically hire people in the government, small businesses. And now look. So yeah, the pain is going to be, you can't help but be felt. So I just had to share this with you guys. Again, I told him, I said, nah, I told him Thursday, I said, nah, this is Lehman Brothers number 2. This is Lehman number 2.0. And that was on Thursday, and the bank shut it down. The federals, the Fed shut it down on Friday. No bailout. No bailout. Well, they made that mess. Somebody going to be accountable. So, thanks for listening to this video. This is like really major. if you traded a stock, you do realize that they halted it. But I did check last night after hours, and everything is fine. They halted it Thursday night because my husband tried to do a trade after me. I'm like, oh my gosh, and that's a different video. I'm not even talking about that because I'm in a good mood right now. That's a totally different video. But yeah, so it was halted. The stock was, but it's not anymore. So we'll see what happens on Monday. Anyway, thanks for watching. We are in for some turbulent financial times. I look forward to your comments. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Simply Said here on YouTube, and I'm out.